Hello, everybody, and welcome to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And I'm your host for the next hour, Ryan Maloney, and we're broadcasting from the Metro station. Joining me, as always, is the great, the wonderful, the fantastic Randall J. Bird.
You're all decked
You didn't
out
even know
in
that,
your
right?
Man of Summer or the Boys of Summer. What is this? This
The
hat?
Boys of Summer. I got my Monster Green Red Sox hat. We'll talk about that a little bit later when Kenny gets in here.
Okay.
We went to the game last night. We had a good time.
All right.
And
Well, I see a lot of Boston Red Sox paraphernalia.
well, you go to the game, you got to get everything. You're lucky I didn't bring in the finger.
Okay.
I'll save that for later, Randall, when no one's looking. Uh, and
So this is like the finger, like in the Michelangelo painting where God reaches down and
that,
touches
yeah,
people.
yeah. Let's go with that. That sounds good. I
And
like
that
that.
reminds me that we must introduce our wine guy.
Yes. Entering now. He gets his music going. Hey, everybody, look. The Emperor has no clothes. No, it's El Rey. All right, enough of that nonsense. Ray's here today, and which can only mean one thing, that it's time for
It's the wine of
the wine of the week. He likes that.
Whiny.
All right.
It's the
Oh, there we go. All right, Ray. What is the wine of the week this week?
Okay, time to showcase one of my favorite, got to be in the top 5 of red blends anywhere in the
Top
world.
5.
Top 5.
Wow.
Wow.
And this is Claude.
Is that almost as good as the Fantastic Four?
Almost. So this is the 2021 vintage of Clos de la Siete, a Argentinian red blend where Ryan Bordeaux meets the high altitude of Mendoza.
There you go.
Okay. So Clos de la Siete, give a quick little history of this. Roughly translated, means estate of the seven or house of the seven, because when this winery started about 30 years ago, it was 7 Bordeaux families that got together, loved the terroir over in Argentina,
Okay.
and started the winery. One of the 7 happens to be one of the world-renowned enologists. Had a chance to be with him and meet him, and his name is Michel Roland. And his style of winemaking translates into this, where he goes for super ripe grapes. So, in other words, if a grape is ripe today and ready, he'll let it go for 2 to 3 days after. So it gets a little bit more ripeness to the grape.
Almost to overripe,
Almost to overripe,
but not quite.
Not quite. You don't want it sweet. You don't want
And when you push it, that brings more sweetness to it, or it also-
concentration,
concentration. Okay.
depth of flavor. Yeah.
All right. So red wine blend, is it the typical Bordeaux blend, or can you tell us, do you know what the blend is?
Yes, I know what the blend is. So what this is, and it does change from vintage to vintage, except for one grape. At least 50% of every vintage is going to be Malbec.
Yeah.
So this is going to be roughly 59% Malbec. The balance is going to be pretty much in this order: Merlot, Cab Franc, Cab Sauvignon Blanc, Petit Verdot, and a little touch of Syrah, which is kind of unusual, but a little Syrah in there as well. So
You know what they say, Randall? Que sera, Syrah.
yeah.
All right, Doris.
Yeah.
So
I thought I beat you to that pun. That's why
Yeah,
I
it
went
wasn't
for it. I
easy.
went for it.
Yeah.
So before I get into the aromatics and the flavor profile, I will say that this is vintage. The consistency varies. The weather was exceptionally cool, and you're talking 3,600 feet in elevation, but it was even cooler than what it normally is. But that was a good thing, because the wine is much more structured, more lively acidity to it. And it just makes it actually last longer if you want to lay it
down for a little bit.
Yeah.
It never. I gotta confess something. This is one of my favorites. I love this wine. I think it's really, really good.
Yeah, great
It doesn't
balance.
last long enough to lay it down anywhere.
Yeah.
If it's in the house, we're drinking it. And this particular one that you get us here, that finish, if you wanted to know, like when people say like, oh, it has like a real like chocolate, if you want to know what that tastes like, it's so prevalent in this wine. I don't think you could possibly miss it.
But it's very well balanced.
Yeah, it is very good.
Elegant. And, you talk about Argentinian beef. This goes with any kind of steak that you want.
No, I
it
want a
just-
steak.
It's really, really terrific wine. I mean, like I said, it's one of my top 5 red blends.
All right.
Sound
So-
super
So what's
expensive.
give us the name again? Give us the price again.
Okay,
Just
so
so before we start
uh,
describing it.
2021 vintage Clos de la Siete. It is regular price, which is a great price to begin with, $19.99. Today and all of next week, it will be $15.99, which is 20% off on a bottle. It's available to taste this afternoon, and we'll have some for next week as well. So yeah, I mean, please come in, taste it. You're going to be in a state of shock. You won't believe how good it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's some really good flavors going on in here. You got some black currant. You can get a little tobacco in there. It's just so well. We talk about balance all the time, especially right in the line when we talk about whiskey and stuff. It's very very well balanced, long finish.
Yeah, refined tannins, so you can just
Yeah, it's not
pump
overly
it,
tanned at all,
right,
but
pour it,
they're
drink it.
there.
Yeah, pour it and drink it, and you don't have to look at it for 2 hours.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
And not a lot of people know that Michel Roland.
Michel Roland, he has his own little gig in Bordeaux, obviously, is a major consulting figure down here with them. And he also consults up and down California as well.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
but
yeah.
pioneered the roll-on luggage for airports. I didn't know if you knew that.
I don't think he knows that.
I don't think he knows it either.
I don't think he knows that either. Hey, couple things going on this week in the wine department that I wanted everybody to know. First of all, on Thursday, August 13th, from 7 to 8 p.m., you got the wines of France, Vin de France, to be cheese and charcuterie. All featured wines are 20% off for the evening. And you purchase a $10 gift card to attend. Go to juliosliquors.com and go to the events. But you can bring a friend for free. And as always, if you do not have a friend, one will be provided to you at no additional charge. But that sounds like a good one too. You got a nice tasting coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not pronouncing that wrong. We changed Thursday to Thursday. We took it away from Thor, and we said no, sorry, we're moving on. But that sounds like a really good one.
Yeah.
Who's hosting that one? Do you know?
I believe it is Catherine from DB Wines.
They said, okay, great.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one to do.
Yeah, she's really good, and it's a great opportunity for people to taste French wines because honestly, a lot of people are intimidated.
Intimidated, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, they can't say Vunzi France like I can, so it's like I get
Clos
it.
de Siete or whatever.
Yeah,
well, that's Spanish.
that's Spanish, but that's okay.
Well, I'm just talking about people being intimidated by language.
That's why they were afraid that people were gonna laugh at them, just like Ray and I just did to you, and that's what they're afraid
I'm not
of.
worried about it.
I know you're not.
You know what it is, Randall? It's not with French wine. It's not about the grape. It's about the place, the site.
That usually tells you
Right.
what the name is, and then
And what the grape
wherever
is.
the place is will tell you the grape.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Correct.
All right. So, and then the other thing that's going on that you really want to take advantage of this week is the Midsummer Madness, which goes on until August 17th. We have you can save up to 30% on a lot of products through the store, and the wine department's gone on like crazy some prices that they have. I mean, like the Alex Fonard, the Beaujolais Village, usually $25 is now $15. I mean, so there's some like really great pricing in here, and you just stop in and I like this one. I might get this one myself. Midnight Cellars Pinot Varro, which is that's from Paso Robles, right?
That is Paso.
And that's usually $27.99. It's $17.98.
if you
This is madness.
yeah.
It is sheer madness, midsummer madness. I
Now, this
say.
Petit Verdot, for people who like a really dark, brooding wine with a lot of color and a lot of tannin, Petit Verdot,
It fits
which
the
is
bill.
normally a blending grape, Here it is all 100% Petit Verdot. This is a mouthful of wine.
Well, even like in the wine we just had, isn't that's a Malbec, but isn't that like the black wine of Cahors? I mean,
Yes, it is.
isn't what that really is? Not
Yes, it
maybe that's
is.
sort of an unknown. I don't think a lot of people know that that's part of the Bordeaux sort of blend. It's sort of not as pronounced.
Well, years ago, and I'm talking decades and decades ago, in Cahors, they had trouble selling the Malbec because if you bought a bottle of Malbec back in the 1930s, you had to look at it for about 10 years. It was undrinkable.
Undrinkable at the time.
Undrinkable. So they've changed. They've
No.
changed.
We got 3 seconds left before the break. I know that Ray has to go upstairs because it's madness.
It is.
It's madness. So he's going to go
Now-
check all that stuff out upstairs. Yes, Randall.
You had a straitjacket kicking around. Are you going to be
Am I
that
wearing the straitjacket
Yeah.
only to show
promote
off
the
my
madness?
my
of-
Harry Houdini skills
All right.
in releasing myself? I don't think I can dislocate my shoulder anymore, so
Yeah.
it's
You're
that's a little bit
stuck.
tougher. Yeah, it's a little bit tougher to get out of that. So
Stuff open for people to try, and
Yeah.
a great sale going on through the 17th. So
right, and Ray's going to have the wine he just talked about, the Clodicette, that's going to be upstairs open for people to try it.
Yes.
And what I want to point out is there's like a cheat sheet with a lot of these items that you might be able to see upstairs as well.
You just
because
walk
there's
the aisle; it's
too-
like
there are
crazy.
Too many to
There's too
really
many
just
lists.
mention on the other side,
You're right. You're exactly right, Randall. There's more on sale than what's listed here because it's madness.
including some truffles, I think.
All right.
One quick thing.
Sure.
Ryan. One other thing this afternoon, and I did it. We did a quasi pre-sale on a really phenomenal Pinot Noir called Dumal. I was able to get a bottle. It'll be available at 1 o'clock this afternoon for
Okay.
tasting.
All right. Thanks, Ray.
My pleasure.
All right. There's the great and wonderful Ray. All right.
Fortunately, we don't have to do exit for him. He just
It just disappears. Yeah.
But you're listening to It's the Liquor Talk. We're
think
taking
we're
a quick
off.
break over the commercial
I
break.
think we're off.
We've always been
A bit off. I think
We've
we're
been a
off.
little off.
All right. So that's the Man Night Madness sales. We got that out of the way. The France thing sounds actually really good. I hope some people take advantage of that because that's going to be a good one. And I got some other stuff. Kenny's supposed to be joining us, but
I'd
in the
like to
in
point
the
out that
meantime,
he has dropped off some supplies.
he has dropped off some stuff for us though. But since he's not here, we should drink something else while we're waiting, anyways. So let's do Surfside. Surfside, and we'll leave a glass down there for him to try. Surfside. This is the raspberry half and half. So that's a half tea and half lemonade, raspberry half and half, and vodka. Surfside.
So
Surfside's
what?
been going like
so what's
crazy
the
lately.
portion of raspberry?
Well, it's raspberry flavored half and half. Do you get that now? So it's tea and lemonade put together that is raspberry flavored.
Right.
And they also threw in vodka in there because we all know vodka is the alcohol delivery system.
So
So
it's
if you want
half
to add
lemonade,
half tea,
half tea, and half.
so that would be
raspberry.
that would be an Arnold Palmer for those of you who play golf. And pleasant, but because it has vodka in it, it's now a John Daly. So it's a raspberry John Daly. How's that? This is 4.5% alcohol by volume. Let's give that out to the studio audience.
Taste opens with a nice iced tea flavor.
Oh, he's
then
here.
Goes
There he
right
goes.
into the raspberry and some of that lemonade on the back end. It's nice.
These have been selling like crazy. They're a sponsor of the show. I'll point that out. But
Yeah.
that being said,
So you think
These
the
have been
name should
going
be
really
like
well.
Turf side?
when it's
When it's golf
yeah,
themed,
when it's golf
right.
themed, yeah. Well, I don't think it's actually golf themed. I think I just sort of drew that in
Oh,
there.
okay.
So
All right.
is Mr. Sadowski. Do we still have? I think we do.
I'd like to whisper too.
Well,
Oh,
he
that
just
was
did it.
good.
There he goes. There you go. He almost did it exactly.
Whisper an echo.
All right.
Round.
In front of you, you have a Surfside half and half raspberry flavored. How much time? 1 minute left. Okay. Then we're going to come back.
Not bad.
It's nice and tasty. I like that one. The Surfsides have been doing really, really well. People have been going at those. So, everybody forgets they have stateside. Their thing is stateside vodka. Oh, we're going to get to that. They have stateside vodka, which is a just a straight vodka that they make. It's really actually really good. That's another one that
Right.
they're not. Listen, I got to make vodka to put in these drinks. They might as well bottle it too. So here we go. Coming back. I think 15 seconds. Okay, here we go.
Time to fill
Time to fill.
a cup with the drink of the show.
Well, we're gonna get to that. He's so anxious. Every time he gets in
Yeah.
here, he's like, "Is the drink of the show yet? Did you guys do it?" Well, I wanted to talk about last night. So let's get back on and let's do that. All right, here we go. I can't hear the feed on this one, but that's okay. Hey everybody, welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. Joining us on the dais, Ray went upstairs. He had to
Disappeared.
get some stuff. Yeah, he disappeared like the great Houdini he is, to take care of Midsummer Madness up there. Taking his place, but by no means any great feat, we have the beverage whisperer himself, Kenny Sadowski, in the house.
And I'd like to point out matching kind of hats and shirt.
We decided to twin it today.
Win it to win it.
Win it
Yeah.
to win it.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Kenny and I, as you could probably tell from our attire, were at the baseball game last night. I got this great new monster. This is the green monster colored hat that
Okay.
Kenny picked up for me.
City
shirt,
Connect.
yeah.
Green
City
Monster.
Connect green monster hat. We were at the game last night. Wow. I'm telling you, our Red Sox are on fire. They like totally 14 strikeouts.
13 runs for the Red Sox, 14 strikeouts for the pitcher.
Yeah, I mean it was a dominating game. We were listening. I was trying to find last night the unfortunately the Yankees in a extra
Extra
innings
inning.
last night pulled ahead and of the Atlanta, and so now we're back to the same thing. We're right 1.5 game behind them.
Correct. Yep.
But that could change today if they played anywhere close to where they played last night. That could be changing. They're how did the guy say it last night?
What?
On fire
En fuego.
and fuego. So
So they
Yeah,
played
but-
the Athletics, right? And that's
Yeah.
going to happen again tonight.
they're playing. Yes, this
today,
is today,
4
and then what Sunday too. So they got to.
Monday at 1:30.
Is Vita Blue still kicking around with the Athletics?
I don't think he's even breathing.
Oh. When I was a kid, and I was born in Oakland. I don't know if
Oh.
you knew
Oh,
that,
no. I
but
did not know
that
that.
was like my big.
The Mustache Gang. I loved that team. Charlie O'Finley was the owner.
Oh, see,
Sal Bando was the third baseman. Gene Tennis was the catcher.
And more color commentary from Ken Sadowski.
there we go.
Our-
Well, listen, in honor of Ken
play
Sadowski,
by play.
in honor of Ken Sadowski, did you mix this one up? You didn't. Yeah, okay. We need Dolly up. So this is shaken Glen Farmer Dolly, which is a pineapple flavored vodka up because we
You
figured to
didn't
try it.
whip
Yeah.
this?
I didn't whip it. Like last time
He
we had a
shook it.
little foam on it, but he shook it.
It's good. I mean, it's, if you can't get to the Capitol Grill,
There you go.
this is
We just got to
Second
foam.
fiddle.
If we foamed this up a little bit, I think the taste is there, definitely.
yeah.
Does that if you like pineapple Dolly martinis, this would be the stuff out of Glen Farmer called Dolly is pineapple flavored is really really good. So go down and get some. And we had the real thing last night before we walked into the game.
Yes.
I was on an empty stomach. I was like,
right.
those like we had a couple cocktails before we hit the game, and I don't remember walking to the park, but we did.
Well, as my
You got
friend,
there.
as my friend Neil Everett that used to do Sports Center when ESPN was good, used to say, if one is good, two is better.
Yeah,
So
well, it was
we had
that
to
was
have a
that was the
couple.
case last night. Oh, here's the thing, so you guys can see it. It's Dolly Doli vodka infused with pineapple. It's 60 proof, a 30% vodka. Here, you guys can see that.
So we would have
Yeah,
to add
so-
some vodka to make it the strength of Capitol Grill.
Yeah.
And the pineapple.
No, they had
coloring,
pineapple juice.
Or is it just?
Yeah, I think they're infusing this. The thing about it is it's very consistent. Here's another thing a lot of people don't know. When you like infuse, like you take the pineapple chunks and then you put the vodka in there,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh man, I can't wait to taste the pineapple after this is all done.
Yep.
Every bit of flavor has been sucked out of that pineapple
Yep.
and is in the vodka. It just really removes it. The fruit left is not. I will tell you this. Don't make this name is not good. Kenny, can you vouch for me on that one?
100%.
So,
Well, interestingly enough, we had picked up some cherries from Bully Boy.
oh yeah,
Same
that's right.
thing
They
with
made the
bourbon.
cherry browns with bourbon.
And I was saying, like, you're probably only going to want to put this in as a garnish, because if you're just trying to eat the cherry thinking you're going to get a bourbon cherry,
It's not.
it doesn't taste
It doesn't work that
the way
way.
that you're going to do,
Yeah.
because the alcohol is going to pull a lot of that moisture and flavor right out of it. Yeah.
It does. All right. So, do you want to do the drink of the show first?
Why
I
wouldn't
think I know. I don't know why I even asked this.
Don't even
It's like
ask.
so stupid for me to even ask. All right, gentlemen. Randall, you want to give us the
Sure.
the
We're about to pour in a coffee mug is a top secret, brand new, not even available for tasting expression. So we're going to lord it over you, hold it against you, not tell you what it is. Well, I guess.
well, in New England, because it's in our mugs, we're not going to tell you
Yeah,
what it
we
is. Here,
have
cheers,
to.
cheers, guys.
But I think you're about to explain that
I
it's an
will.
advanced sample of.
This is the new version. I have the old one on the dais right here, but this is Horse Soldier. This is a Barrel Select. This is a 6-year-old. Now, some of this stuff is still sourced. This is one of those barrels. This is a 6-year-old wheated bourbon, which means the right after corn, the next ingredient would be wheat.
Yeah.
At 116.4 proof. That could change by the time it's bottled. This one is going to be called Freedom. And this should arrive somewhere around the end of October, the beginning of November, in time for Veterans Day. So if you're looking for something, here, let me give that to John so we can give it to if you're looking for something, we're actually hoping that that we can get on the 11th of November, if we can get some of the guys from Horse Soldier here and do a Whiskey Wednesday.
Because this is veteran owned,
veteran owned,
distillery,
yep.
And of course the theme of it is, of course, the veteran horse soldiers. Yeah.
Well, these were the first guys over after 9/11, and they ended up on horses because there's no other transportation to get, and that's where the name comes from. And they have some pretty harrowing and interesting stories. So we're hoping to get them there, and let's see how that goes. But this is the whiskey that we're gonna have. What do you guys think?
Really good.
It came out,
Smooth.
yeah,
Really well done.
they have their own stuff but it's aging. This is sourced. My guess would be Wilderness Trail.
All right.
Flavor profile, where they're saying they're like what area they're saying they're grabbing it from. So my God, and they make one of the best weeded bourbons out there.
To our listeners out there, when a distillery starts, you've got a lag time between when they can start producing and when they can start bottling it. And typically, they will try and target a profile by sourcing it or buying it from other distilleries, putting it out under their own label, which is totally legit and legal.
Absolutely.
And many people do this and build brands that way.
MGP.
And then at some point, they're going to transition into their own distillate that they're making, which is on its way, but not quite in this bottle that we just tasted.
Right. And this fantastic 6-year-old, this will retail around $65. So it's right in the right price range. And I think it'll be well received. It's got the bottle itself that when this comes in is basically the one I have up on the dais. It's got like a black metal label. It's really attractive.
It'll look like this, but it will be coming in the future.
Yeah, it'll be coming in the future. That's from the last one we did. I had one up on my desk, so I brought it down so you guys could see it.
And no horses or soldiers were put into the making of this.
No, they would not.
Right.
All right.
So.
We got a hot minute, so I wanted to know, Kenny, do you want to try? You dropped off some stuff. One is called Suburban, and these are a bunch of RTDs, but made with bourbon as the base liquor. So I have right here, I have a margarita with a touch of citrus, bourbon whiskey margarita cocktail with natural flavors.
Suburban Life.
Suburban Life. You want to try one of these?
Sure.
These aren't even available. This is Kenny goes into his weird bag He pulls out stuff for us to try. Are these out in the market yet?
I have no idea.
Oh, you have no idea. Okay. Do you know anything about what we're about to taste? Is
Yeah.
it poison?
It's liquid.
Strangely, it's only been released in urban markets.
Yes, which is weird, right?
It's liquid. It was sent to me by one of the Real Housewives of New Jersey stars named Albie Manzo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
And
They did
then-
Blackwater, right?
Yes, they did. And then he had some sort of malady where he wound up in the hospital. So a note was not tagged in this package. And
Okay.
then a month or two later, I got a text from Albie saying, sorry, I was out of commission for a while. Did you get a package of Suburban Life? And I was like, I did. And I wasn't going to drink it because if I don't know from where it came, I don't trust it.
Okay. So this is non-carbonated, subtly sweet, all natural ingredients, gluten-free. This is 5% alcohol. I can tell you also that it's made with 6-year-old barrel-aged bourbon. And I don't know what else they would age it in, but okay. So this is it. So let's try it. Like margarita. So all right, let's try it. I mean, I'm not saying it's giving me margarita. There's a faint thing of margarita. You can definitely taste the bourbon, which I sort of like.
Yeah.
So it's got basically like a seltzer bourbon line thing going on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't peg this as a I wouldn't probably named it margarita. I would have said, maybe something else.
Yeah.
And just said something else because I think it's a good drink, but I think it's sort of misleading that it says margarita.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're doing all these plays on word, right? Because
suburban.
Suburban. So I think they're just I think they're being clever, but in this case, I agree with you. I don't know if it's clever or a little bit misleading.
Confusing. Yeah. Yeah.
It's also called Bourbon Life, and this is a margarita. We'll try. Listen. We got some more.
Well-
we'll try some more of them and see how they are. I mean, I don't dislike this. I
Correct.
don't want to. I want to make sure.
feel like I would.
I don't want to say I'm poo-pooing it. I don't dislike it. I just don't think it's a margarita.
So
It
is it
doesn't-
yay or nay?
No, I mean, really, it have to be nay because I don't think anybody's going to pick it up thinking that they're going to think they're getting a margarita and they're really not getting a margarita.
It's a
But if
much-
the yay, I think it's
a
tasty.
much thinner kind of profile in terms of flavor than a margarita, but it has some lime notes, little kick of bourbon in there, but and it's not carbonated, right? So
Right.
it's-
Yeah, it's not carbonated.
Refreshing.
I'm sorry. How much time do we have left before break? I don't want to start this before I get there. 5 seconds. All right, Randall,
All
get
right.
us into break here.
All
Then.
right.
Oh, geez,
On
I didn't
break.
realize. Run around with my head's cut off.
it's break time.
All right. When we come back, we'll do the question of the show. So get us out of here, Randall.
I just did.
Oh, you did? Oh, all right. Goodbye.
We're out.
All right. Yeah, I didn't think it was bad. You want to try and want to pop another one?
Sure.
What else you got? Espresso martini. With a touch of caramel. Okay, that sounds sort of cool. Now, I think if you were doing coffee, bourbon makes more sense.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So let's try that. Espresso, right? Espresso. Some people-
Espresso.
Now, it doesn't say I'm supposed to shake this, but it's not carbonated, so I am going to just
Yeah.
tilt it a little bit just to get it. Can you hear it open up?
I did.
Randall's not going to like this one right away because he's going to have coffee
Yeah.
flavor, but he'll try it. We'll make him. Same thing. I believe this is 5%, and it's still using
Bourbon?
6-year bourbon. Well, it's important to say 6-year bourbon because that's got some age on it. It's not. You'll see a lot of things that'll say whiskey spirit or bourbon spirit. They can't use bourbon spirit, but you'll see a lot of 2-year-old being used and stuff like that. So they can get over the threshold of calling it bourbon, but it's not 6 years. It's got some age on it. I mean, that's not nothing.
Yep.
This one still falls a little flat for me. This one, I think I like the margarita one better. I mean, I'm getting the caramel flavor in this, which in bourbon you sort of get anyways.
Yeah.
It's the coffee. You know what it is? The coffee's not rich enough. I don't think the coffee, and Randall's probably liking that. It's not, but I don't think the coffee is like pronounced enough. What do you think?
I think it's very sessionable. Like if it were more coffee forward, it might be one and done
Yeah.
versus this might be 2 or 3 and done.
So what you're saying is because it's weak, you can drink more of it.
Yeah.
I feel it's kind of like earthy.
Now, coffee's got that earthy. It's got that even that little.
Yeah,
I
but
get it.
sometimes coffee has a lot of bitter. Talking about
It's
what
not-
Penny's saying,
yeah.
it's like kind of like a
It's
earthy aroma.
it's not unlikable. It's just not. I could be richer. I think. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But all right.
If you're a druid,
I am a
you
druid.
might enjoy.
Do you guys want to do the question of the show?
7.
You asked that last night when we did the things at the Red Sox game, and it was still wrong.
Ow.
All right, I think we're going to be coming back anyways. But we'll do the larceny question of the show when we get back. Give everybody a chance to answer this one, and see how it goes. All right, here we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN, AM 830. And we're broadcasting from Julio's Liquors on Route 9 in Westboro. Come down and check us out or go to juliosliquors.com. Also, you can check out this show on Facebook Live. We're doing it that way if you're listening to us on the radio. And this show becomes a podcast, which you can get on Spotify or Apple, wherever you get it. And Cousin Vinny's very kindly gets this show over for us on our own YouTube page. So look for It's the Liquor Talking. You got to spell it all out because a lot of people try to steal the name. It's the Liquor Talking, and look for that. And it's got all of our stuff that we do, our shows. It's got our Whiskey Wednesdays are in there too. If I do any interviews, those are on there too. I think it's like a couple hundred videos on there. You having trouble falling asleep? You want to get some rest? Put one on, listen to it, fall asleep. Isn't that great?
Sure.
All right. Let's get to the larceny question of the show today. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Bitters are A, herb infused alcohol, B, an olive garnish, C, Worcestershire sauce, D, a character from South Park, and E, not Randall's ex-girlfriends.
No.
I thought E was going to be 7.
7. All right. Bitters are herb infused alcohol, an olive garnish, Worcestershire sauce, or a character from South Park. Kenny Sadowski.
Apple. A.
A.
is for apple.
Herb infused alcohol. Randall J.
I
Bird.
agree with Kenny because it's Butters from South Park.
It's Butters. It's Butters. You're right. It is Butters from South Park. A. I'm getting A from that one. Johnny. If Johnny got this wrong, I'd have to go over and slap him, I think, because he'd be like, yeah, like... All right. So the answer is A. A is herb infused alcohol. Although there are many flavors of aromatic bitters swirling around, most bitters are a concoction of spices, roots, citrus, botanicals, and alcohol. The popular Trinidadian Angostura bitters have a spicy herbal flavor, and Peychaud's bitters, hailing from New Orleans, have a cherry anise flavor. Like salt, bitters enhance flavors.
Peychaud.
Peychaud. You're right. All right. Learn something new. I'm hoping in October, I want to do a bitters in Amaro festival.
Today?
Not today.
Amaro.
Don't be bitter. The sun will come out tomorrow. But I think we're gonna do that because we have an event. Johnny, when do we have that event? It's end of October. Yeah, it's the end of October. So I think I'm gonna it's like an all store thing. I think the spirits department is gonna basically do bitters and Amaros. And I think a lot of people have been asking me and have questions about it. So
Plus,
what is it? Yeah, October 24th. I think he's
Reddit's been blowing up with how bitters are not
Reddit's been blowing up because it's bitter.
Yeah.
But that's never stopped it before. So I think we're gonna do that because I think it's an interesting category, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to do. Also, I don't want to forget to tell everybody that this coming Wednesday, August 12th, we're actually doing a little bit different for Whiskey Wednesday, and it involves blending your own rye.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're going to be in charge of what you drink by starting. You're going to actually um, at the tutelage of New York Distilling co-founder Alan Katz. You're going to learn how to blend rye whiskey, and it is $25 to go, but everybody will get a bottle of Katz's Rock and Rye, which is rye whiskey and basically rock candy sugar. And you learn how they
And
make
almost
that.
kind of quasi-medicinal drink that from back in the day.
Super traditional,
Yeah.
especially in
Like a hot
in the
toddy or a
Northeast.
rock and rye.
Yeah, so you're going to learn all about that, and he's a great talk. Alan Katz is a great guy. He's going to come down and do that whole thing. Like I said, you're also going to get a whole card if you go too. So, which is our whole card system. You can look that up. We'll explain it when you come.
And after FIFA, this isn't a penalty card.
It
This
is not.
that
This is
a
something
thing
good.
for
This is
you.
something good.
You get issued a whole card.
New York Distilling Company's own Alan Katz is going to be here doing this, and it's going to be a really informative, entertaining thing to go to. So, and you walk out with a bottle. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? So that's coming up. Right?
So yeah, I got John Hendricks is icing down his arm after he frothed up this drink.
Yeah, Johnny,
So
what's the
Johnny,
name of this
make
one?
sure-
This is called the Lush Crush,
Okay.
Lusty Crusty. Let's try it. It's another pineapple drink using the Dole. All right, it's got a huge chunk of pineapple in there.
And the foam that you add, the whip.
Oh, this is really good.
It's like Dairy Queen.
Yeah, you don't have to go to Dairy Queen today. You just have this. Wow, that's really good, Johnny. The audience like it? The audience try it? This is really
That's
good.
a big
Okay, look.
slice of pineapple.
Did it come back and knock your teeth
No,
out?
I couldn't.
Yeah, you know what? You hold it back so you can do it.
Right.
It's really creamy. Would you put some whipped cream on this too? This is like this is a dessert.
Yep.
But it's really good. I love the pineapple flavor in this.
Whipped cream.
Why are you saying that weird? All right. I read this article this week, and since I have YouTube brainiacs in here today, I wanted to sort of talk about it a little bit and see
Is
what
it
you
the
guys
Den
think.
Files?
If you want to do, we could put it on. We could put that. We could
Yeah.
definitely put.
I haven't heard that in a while.
right. All right, which is actually the theme for the Rockford
Ripped from
Files.
the headline.
Ripped from the headlines. All right. So here's sort of the thing. People, and this is from Thirsty, and no, people didn't stop drinking. They just switched to RTDs, and RTDs are ready to drink, basically cocktails, like pre-made cocktails. While the spirits sales decline, spirits-based RTDs are surged over 33% in volume. People are still drinking alcohol. They just switched to a $4 cans at home instead of a $25 cocktails at the bar. What do you guys think of that? Do you agree with that? Or, do you have any?
Is this
And
American centric?
yes, it is. It's definitely American centric.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the axioms that I use all the time is never underestimate the laziness of an American consumer. So,
Well,
And the other thing, I think it's laziness, it's convenience. But what I've noticed, if I've been doing sampling or other events in different stores, is you have the people that I would say 20 years ago come and get the suitcase of beer for their
Right.
party for the weekend, and there is just a whole ton of people buying multiple 4-pack boxes of Surfside, the other
Spiked
High
or
Noons,
Spike
all
or
the
something like
Spike,
that.
everything. And I'd never seen that really before. I mean, there's a little wine cooler craze probably in the 80s, but
Here's the
was like
thing
this thing that you're going to a party and you're going
Right.
to bring stuff, and it's no longer beer. Those beer people are still doing the beer, but it's no longer like you're bringing a bottle of wine and stuff. You're bringing a bunch of cans
Yeah, the only
And
problem is
different
there's
flavors.
so many different flavors right now. There will be a culling.
Yeah.
Say it will go down. But the other part of this too is if you read between the lines on a lot of these articles and stuff that I've been reading, is that everybody is pre-gaming. I don't care what generation you're in, whether you're a boomer, a Gen X, a millennial, a Gen Z. Everybody is pre-gaming before they go out. So they're having a cocktail before they go out to dinner or go out to a bar or something like that. And I think some of it has to do with the prices.
Right.
The economy.
The economy. The economy is you have less, you have less disposable income. So you're deciding what you're going to do with that disposable income, and basically, if you can have a consistent nice drink at home before you go out, you're going to be tending to do that. So I think that that does play a part in it. Now, the curious thing for me, and maybe you guys can start to answer. The curious thing for me is I think that the the real surge ahead with this maybe these RTDs with a higher ABVs, like they're higher up instead of like the 4 and 5% we've been doing. You're going to see 10 and above or 15, ABV or something like that, which is
Yeah.
30 proof,
No.
like more to like almost a bar
Or a
bar
wine.
cocktail.
Yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
I think that has to do with what people are calling the K-shaped economy.
Mhm.
And in the lower part of the line of the K is the youngest LDACs, and they
You
want
better
the
tell people
biggest
what some of those are.
legal drinking age
Yeah, thank you.
consumers. And they're going to want the best bang for their buck.
Right.
And I witnessed it. It's, I don't really do a lot of store checks in beverage alcohol when I'm here, which is, sort of counterintuitive. But when I was in London, I saw like a gang of students. It was a Thursday afternoon, and they were the front of this Tesco store was all ready to drinks, and it was 5 different brands, one of which I'm an investor in. So I was hyper curious,
Right.
and they were literally like taking a can out of each of these and comparing the price and the ABV. So I
Right.
thought,
It's bang for the buck.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a break.
All right.
Let's continue this. We'll continue this conversation into the break,
Sure.
and then we'll come back and it's the name of the show is it's Liquor Talking. We'll
We're
Just wanna look at-
hoping that you stay tuned. It's the Liquor Talking. We're taking a commercial break. Back on the other side. More on the Facebook Live actual video feed.
That's right.
And we'll be back after these messages. So please stay tuned.
Well, let's move until we get out.
But should we keep talking?
Oh,
Oh.
15 seconds. Let's see. We can't hear him.
Right.
I'm sorry about that.
I thought
folks.
it was just me that the volume's really low.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But I do want to get during the break. I do want to get sort of into some of the nuts and bolts of this. So if you're curious about this,
Call Randall.
Call Randall.
That's
Pick us up wherever you get your podcast from, or wait for the YouTube and go if you're interested in sort of a deep dive onto what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that for the next like 5 minutes.
all right. For realsies, taking a break.
All right. So can single serve volume quadrupled from 23.5 million to 85.6 million cases. Spirits based RTDs jumped 25 from 25 to 33 in volume and hit a $3.8 billion market value, while traditional bottled spirits dropped 3.8%. Some of this stuff is a little weird especially when we talk about whiskey and we talk about especially American whiskey. Some of it's a little weird because we're talking about it's losing market, but you got to remember you started from a very before the boom the whiskey boom hit. You started from a very low point. It's stagnant.
Right.
There was no growth whatsoever in whiskey,
And
American
brown
whiskey.
spirits.
Brown spirits, American. Matter of fact, I remember talking to a guy from Brown Forman who said that brown goods are dead. And then we hit the boom. We go way up. We go way up.
Yep.
Now we're going back. We're going down. We're nowhere even close to where it was.
The floor.
The
Yeah.
floor anymore. So I mean,
Well,
it's a little misleading in that way. I think the brown goods category is losing less than we think it's losing, and basically it's a panic because there's not the production's gone down, and
Right.
basically guys are pulling back production, with the exception of some key players that are privately owned. But if you're a publicly traded company, you're decreasing production because you feel you have enough to get through the next 5 to 10 years,
Right.
right?
Well,
So-
I find that like one of the things that I think is really interesting is that first of all, brown spirits is a pendulum, right? So it's going to swing
Right.
boom bust periods, and a lot of people when they're in the middle of the boom period, they think it can never end, but it's going to.
Yep.
And the second kind of thing is that you also have to look at kind of lifestyle changes, because I just remember in Boston in the 90s, you go out and see 2, 3 bands for $5 and then buy drinks, get stuff. And this doesn't happen. People
Right.
do not go out for live entertainment. The live entertainment cost and commitment level is so much more intense.
Mm-hmm.
And so the other thing that I've also found is that if you're buying stuff to be social with friends and you're committing to something during the boom time that you really were passionate about with a bourbon, you'd be like, oh, I got this bottle of Pappy or whatever the thing was, and you'd show it off. Now you're buying a bunch of different flavors, and even if it's not something that you really like, the commitment level is not that big. Most people are going to drink it. They might not go back for a second. of
Right.
that
They might
flavor,
try one. Right.
but you're never going to get something that's so offensive in the ready to drink category that somebody somewhere isn't going to just like kind of knock it back and do that. If you got into a rye and somebody didn't like whiskeys, then you're committing to the whole bottle,
Right.
and you can't, So the other thing that I've always been fascinated is with the buzz balls, which I see a lot of the college and post-college drinkers drinking, and which is just a more fun kind of goofy way that you can do it to make a crushable but relatively high alcohol content drink for the size.
Yep.
And so, I do see this trend changing. Sitting down, talking about sessionable alcohols that you're discussing and sharing and things, to you're just crushing stuff to go out and be
Well,
with friends and be sociable.
I mean, Kenny and I were talking about this last night because Sam Adams just came out with Lit,
Yeah.
right? And it's malt based, and I think that you've already put that product in a hole, because if you're reading even what this article is saying, if you're reading what it's saying it's going over to like spirits based. That's where the growth is. And I understand with malt based, you can be in beer and wine stores and full liquor stores, but ultimately the people that are really going to be buying this stuff on a regular basis, that aren't going in for the convenience factor of in a supermarket, let's say, they are not looking for malt based. Malt has become, I mean, Zima was the ultimate malt based because it tasted good. All the other ones has been terrible, I think.
Right.
Flavor profiles.
If they could crack the code with malt because they're brewing roots.
Right.
All right.
But it's no. But I was just saying, don't speed.
No,
Don't
no.
be. But the
Oh, no,
problem is you just use maltodextrin to ferment. That's it. There's no flavor, but it's a weird flavor.
Right. It's an off-putting flavor. If you could crack that code, I think people are just worried about the alcohol content, and then where it's placed legally because it's maltodextrose,
Right.
as opposed to a spirits distilled based for licensing purposes to people listening or watching. It's different. So,
all right. We just welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking. We actually should probably we need to do more of a roundtable on this, because I think people would find this sort of like interesting, of sort of behind the scenes insider talk about like sort of what's going on in the industry. And we may do some more of that if we don't lose all of our audience by doing so. of two. But it is interesting to stuff. It's diving into stuff that, like, what we're looking at. And I think we should do that before Kenny becomes Cabana Boy and moves back to Florida.
Yeah.
So we'll pick some topics, and we'll start asking some people. There's a couple topics that I want to discuss, and some of them are just sort of fun, and other ones are sort of like more of deep dives of what we're talking about.
And then you'll invite some spectators, and they'll have their own questions.
Can we have
can ask the panel?
Sure, absolutely. Why not? I mean, why not? We listen. We can do whatever we want. I mean, it's pretty much up in the air. Well, since I don't really want to get in the tour bag. I think we're going to do that later. I want to talk about tumbling dice, because we've talked about things getting how things are happening, and how things are happening in the big world, whether you're a producer, distillery, or you source things. And I think sourcing still gets that bad name, which is weird, because as a friend of mine says that actually does this thing, it's not illegal and it's not a swear word or anything like that. So
Well, I think that what happens is that a lot of the smaller brands that have passed the sourcing barrier, like there's a timeline that requires you to put at least, I'm going to put an age of 3 years before your product is really ready to show, but probably 6 years before you're comfortable. So you started your company 6 years ago. Now you have product that you've actually distilled.
right.
And the interim is, as most of those people, even though they sourced whiskey at the beginning for those 6 years,
Yeah.
are now touting the fact that it's their own and
Right.
kind of poo-pooing other people. That's like, who brought you to the dance, right? That's
Right.
how you got there. But at the same time, they're trying to distinguish themselves in the marketplace and then like trying to make it sound as though this isn't the quality that they can attain when they're making it, when most of those businesses have been built on sourcing.
And the other part of this though is you have like key players and still key players out there, and I'm going to mention one by name. I'm talking about Proof and Win. I'm talking about Dave Smear, who's been doing this for I think as long as anybody else. I mean, I remember meeting Dave. He was actually selling Orange V vodka. That's when I first met him.
Right. But
And
Dave Perkins,
Dave Perkins was another guy who sort of got into this, and it's
with
not,
High West. And
Dave Smear is still doing this and doing it very well. We buy product from them like
Right.
all the time. And why do we buy product from him? People are like, there's a lot of people that are cutting down on single barrels. There's a lot of people not doing projects. There's a consolidation of things that we've been saying for years. The new thing now is people will go like, oh, I'm not hunting things anymore. I'm just finding really good stuff on the shelf. Yeah, they've always been there, dude. It was you that changed, not what was being offered didn't change. It's what you were chasing that changed. So now people are starting to understand that there's good products out there. You can walk up and buy them, and knowing the fact that they're really good. So like we do a lot of like stuff with like Tumbling Dice, which is one of Proof and Wood's things. And I poured out for you today. I think we already had it, but in honor of our baseball game last night,
Yeah.
this one's called Extra Innings. The first one we did, which is its sister barrel, so to speak, was it was barrel number 34, which was the Big Poppy we did. But this is
sold out.
sold out. And stuff like this is going to happen because they're so good. And they're when you do single barrel, they are limited. There's only going to be so
Right.
much of these. But this is the Tumbling Dice. This is an 11-year-old bourbon, and this is 124.4 proof. But what's cool about this and what Dave does, first of all, when Dave sends me stuff, we sit down and we go through a lot of the stuff he sends me. And a lot of times it's like splitting hairs. Which barrel
It's a
is
tough
better?
pick because
Because
you
they're
don't have
good.
things
Because
that
they're good.
you're
right?
like, get rid of this. This is no good.
Right.
Never happens with this.
It never happens with this stuff. But here's where he sort of like I think does things that are a little unconventional that are really cool. Like this mash bill, and he gets it from MGP and he has it right on the back, distilled in Indiana, right? He's very transparent. If you ask him, he'll tell you exactly what he did or where he got it from or anything like that. So this mash bill that he uses on this one is 99 corn, 1% barley. So technically, we could call this, if we wanted to, we could call it a corn whiskey. It's 99, it's over 51% corn. And if it was in a used barrel, it would be corn whiskey, but it's not. It follows all the rules for bourbon, so therefore it can be bourbon. But it's not a typical mash bill that you would just see out
Right.
there. And MGP has these mash bills. We did a rye whiskey that we love, which was we called it Beautiful Barley
Yeah.
because it was
49,
51 rye, 49 malted barley. That's, by the way, I will point out, Sir Davis, that
Beyonce.
the Beyonce one, which was created by our good friend Cam and Dr. Bill, that they use that mash bill. That's the mash bill because it's a fantastic mash bill. They aged theirs in sherry. So they did something to it, aged in sherry. But these are really sort of oddball, but very good mash bills that would never be discovered if it wasn't for
Right.
these people actually coming out with this stuff.
Yeah, to put that on a finer point is that he can find stuff that would, if you were to try and develop this as your core brand and took 6 years to do this,
Yeah.
or in the case of this particular one, 11 years to make this,
Right.
you would have done such a small batch that you could never reproduce, replicate it, or find the sweet spot for when it's done. So by allowing these larger distilleries to kind of produce a broad range, like a kind of a bunch of different facets of the different whiskeys, and then having the discerning palate and nose to be able to pick those and then
Right.
bring those to the customer, it really is a unique niche. And so the people who are stuck to one mash bill or 2 or 3 mash bills and in a production cycle that's going to be 5, 6 years before you see the bottle, of course they're going to like talk about like how they didn't get it because that's their marketing advantage, but it really doesn't make any sense
Right.
if you're talking about it. And that's part of the thing is that like kind of bugs me is when people talk about whiskeys, their story about how they're in the story is like more important than the whiskey itself.
Yeah.
So it used to be that you brought the bottle of Pappy, so you were the big person
The
because you
head honcho.
found
You're right.
the Pappy and this impossible stuff that nobody else could find, and so you're the center of the
Unobtainium.
attention. But if you could go to the shelf and buy a bottle of a brand that I was very proud of, Wheelhorse, right,
Right.
which is a production whiskey for about $30, people would be like, I can't, what's my story in this? Well, your story is that you picked a great whiskey at a good value, but that doesn't have the attractiveness to put you at the center
Well,
of the story.
I'd like to think is what these people are now all jumping out and saying, like what we've been saying for forever. Your story now, if you want to put yourself in the story, is I found this shelf gem. I found this thing that
Sure.
no one knew about. It's sitting on the shelf, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. Just drink it. I want you to know what you think. And they're fabulous at different price points, you know, depending from 30, this is going to be closer to like 80 or 90, but it's 11 years old and it's a cast strength. So you expect that. But, you know, they're now their new thing is going to be finding things that live up. There's no hype. Live up,
Right.
exceed the price point.
Right.
Right. There's no hype
I
behind
think
this
people
thing.
are wary about the marketing and advertising.
Not just worry about the whiskey.
Right, because they want to find it themselves and connect to it, which is something that we've always been a big proponent of. Try before you buy.
Studio audience, what do you think of this one? You like it? I got two bourbon drinkers in here, whiskey drinkers, I should say. They're good, right? Yeah, I mean, it's one of those types of things that like you can blow into a party. Everybody's looking for like, you know, whether it doesn't matter what it is. There's something that's hard to get, and you go like, "Hey, I found this. Try it." Bam, you won.
Right.
You
This
won.
this is what I would call a hero whiskey, right?
Yep.
So yeah.
All right, so keep those in mind. John will actually Johnny will have this up on the Frisky Whiskey Wagon today. So if anybody wants to try the tumbling dice,
1 for you, 2 for him.
2 for him. I mean, that's the rules, Randall. We don't make them.
Yeah.
We just abide by them. All right. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. We didn't get to some stuff. We'll do that next week.
Let's go
But,
Red Sox.
Let's go Red Sox. You know, they were chanting last night. You know what? Who sucks? But I was like, they're not here today. Don't worry about it. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, sir.